Oh, yeah, baby, yeah! Dinner, come in. Greetings and welcome to Ask the Mizzou Playboy with the Glasses. How groovy was the 1960s? That's a very good question. And the answer is, it was so groovy that I decided to go back in time and witness it myself. Now I know what you're thinking. How could you go back in time, you might ask? Well, the answer's obvious. You remember that little time machine that Napoleon Dynamite's Uncle Rico was trying to make? Well, I ended up using that, zapped myself all the way into the 60s, and the time machine accidentally came with me. At which point, I became the grooviest man alive in the 60s. And I ran into Austin Powers. And you want to know what he said? He said, yeah, baby, yeah. And I came back with a, yeah, baby, yeah, with guacamole. And thus, I became an instant hit. So instant that they gave me the Technicolor jacket that Joseph wore in Joseph and the Technicolor Jacket. Except I changed the course of time, so now it's Mizzou Playboy and the amazing Technicolor jacket. Isn't life great when you change the course of time? I think it is. It's so groovy. Don't you think, Scoob? He knows because his show was in the 60s with guacamole. Yes. Now that Kevin Durant is going to the Warriors, is what's left of the old NBA dead? Well, of course it is, because the NBA clearly rigged this so they could have a super team dominate over the rest of the NBA. Because it's all about the money and the popularity. And with Kevin Durant going to the Warriors, that team is virtually unstoppable. As if a 73-9 season wasn't unstoppable enough, now we gotta deal with Kevin Durant on that team? Yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare. Good thing I root for the Cavaliers and they still have LeBron James and he ain't bolting for South Beach anytime soon. Especially now that Dwayne Wade decided to go to his hometown in Chicago. But the Heat fans can suffer because Miami is not a sports city. It is all about the beaches and that is where I belong. Yes. Why are we here? Because of all the things that happen around here. It's all about that philosophical question you probably heard from George Carlin. Why are we here? Plastic! Assholes! But that's not the reason why we're here. We're here for more than just plastic! Assholes! We're here to make the earth a better place. By shooting videos! To allow us to relive our nostalgic childhood. And for you to experience it for the first time. Or in the case of my videos, just answer your questions. Or technically, my questions that I've managed to come up with because you people can't come up with questions because either you're too busy or you still assume I'm dead. I don't know which, but seriously, when are you gonna send me questions again? If you don't, then I'm asking the question, why am I here? What's the purpose of me here? Where's life gonna be without me? Do you think the economy will improve by advertising capital punishment? Okay, you're clearly obsessed with George Carlin. And first of all, let me just say I commend you for believing in George Carlin's belief. Because as funny as he is, he actually makes a lot of sense. You remember that one skit where he talks about the death penalty and how to bring back capital punishment like crucifixion and beheadings and whatnot, and how he's able to advertise them? It actually would make a lot of sense. You wanna know why? Because our economy is going yeek. Especially if Donald Trump ends up getting elected president, it's really gonna go downhill. So what I recommend doing is petitioning the George Carlin Act. And what is the George Carlin Act? I will tell you what the George Carlin Act is. It's to reinstate the death penalty. That way any bad crooks can, suffer and, are afraid to die. That way we can make a better place. And by advertising it, we'll be able to improve the economy. So I, for one, am with George Carlin. He's funny, but he also makes sense. He should have been president. Too bad he's dead. But he's doing well. In hell! Which he shouldn't be anyways. With guacamole! Yes. Who's on first? Your mom's on first. What's on second? Me doing it with your mom. That's what's on second. With guacamole. Yes. Who's the better Mr. Conductor? George Carlin or Ringo Starr? Neither! It should be me. I should be the better Mr. Conductor. Too bad I never got a chance. Oh wait, I was never around. So this is a legit question. Well, it's a tough one. I mean, you're talking about one of the great performers of the Beatles or one of the greatest comedic sketch artists of all time. Which one was the better Mr. Conductor on a childhood show? I don't know. I'd say they're both equally good, and let's just go with that. It's my show. I can do whatever the hell I want. Oh, no, you can't! You can't do anything in there. Oh, you just shut up, Commander Xander. You're just jealous because my show is a little more mature than your effing show. I don't care if you're getting the views again. Screw you! My show is way more mature content, and thus I can do whatever the hell I want. With guacamole! Yes. With 4th of July over, how will you spend the rest of your summer? By continuing to answer questions that I have to come up with because you people assume I'm dead and that's why you're not asking me questions. Seriously, what happened? I was getting questions all over the place. I retire, go on a 6-month layoff, pretty much take a summer vacation / winter vacation. I come back and it's like I don't even exist now. You realize that I was the popular one on the channel at one point, even though I wasn't getting the views that Commander Xander was? How come you people aren't freaking asking me questions? Seriously, there's a reason why I have that Twitter account. Tweet me questions, I beg of you. I'm running out of questions to freaking come up with. And that should tell you how desperate I am. But yes, I will continue to answer questions. And wait for the day that Hugh Hefner flies the coop. Because once he does, remember that little will that he has, I will own the mansion and anything that the mansion owns. Which means the Twinkies lair. Which means I'm going to have all the girls and Twinkies I want. Sadly, it's a waiting game, so the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippo with guacamole. Yes. Would you throw a sexy party on Theodore Tugboat? Oh, now that's a very good idea. Theodore is a tugboat, yes, but I don't know if he's meant for partying on. I know there's like fancy cruises that you want to have a sexy party in, and I know what you're thinking, because Stuart manages to throw a sexy party in his living room, and sexy parties are usually done on a boat. But Theodore Tugboat, as cute and great as he is not really meant for sexy parties. So I would have to say, yes, of course I'm going to take that opportunity. You know that will make Theodore Tugboat even more of a hit? I mean, come on. He's already notified as the Thomas the Tank Engine for tugboats. Why not make him even more of a hit by being the first tugboat of that show to host a sexy party? And you want to know who I would invite? All of you Hefner's playmates. That's right. I would raid his mansion of all of his playmates. And I would have Stewie Griffin as well, because he manages to throw a sexy party really well. And by Stewie, I mean Stewie Griffin, of course. You know, the little baby genius. Plus, we'll have all the sports center female anchors, all the Weather Channel female meteorologists, and... Am I missing anybody? Oh yeah, Code de Pablo, Sasha Alexander, Emily Wickersham. You get it. Just about anybody that I can think of. And that will produce the Guinness World Record for sexiest party in the history of the United States of America. God bless America for inventing the naked girl with guacamole. Yes. Anybody new on the band? No, just Tana Storm and, yeah, just Tana Storm. But don't tell her husband. I know he's probably watching this. But don't tell him! I've got probably the hottest figurine as far as female sports goes. And nobody can deny that. This is that Mizzou Playboy with the glasses saying there's no such thing as a dumb question until you ask it. You dumbass! Now, if you excuse me. Oh, honey! Let's make this our little secret. Yeah. Hey, Scooby, what do you think about this? Whoopie-doopie-doo! Yeah, my thoughts exactly.